Say.
Today in Ag News on the Southeast AgNet, for years, Florida citrus growers have been dealing with the deadly citrus greening or HLB disease, but good news came out on that front last week as University of Florida researchers hope to discover new methods to help growers fight HLB with cost-effective, long-term sustainable treatments with the support of recently awarded federal grants. 3 teams of scientists from U.S. Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences received nearly $4.5 million in USDA funds to study new ways to manage the invasive insect causing millions of damage to Florida's citrus crops. One team has a project that uses a bacteria-derived pesticidal protein combined with gene silencing to manage the invasive Asian citrus psyllid, or ACP, population. The long-term goal of the proposed work is to create an environmentally benign approach to citrus growers to control ACP that works within an integrated pest management strategy. Another team will be using the NIFA grant to examine how the bacteria interacts with a narrow tissue that's buried inside the stem of the citrus tree. The bacteria plugs the stem of the tree. Eliminating these plugs can presumably result in renewed sugar transport and increased fruit yields. And another team is working to speed up the process of developing HLB-resistant or tolerant citrus trees that are the long-term solution for citrus greening disease. You can learn more about these efforts on AgNet Media's Citrus News website, citrusindustry.net.
For generations, we've worked the land. We've faced hardships and uncertainty before, but you can depend on Florida's farmers. We will continue to rise before dawn and harvest our crops, ensuring that Florida-grown fruits and vegetables are in your stores and that your family is fed. We are providers for our families and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be partly sunny with a shower in the area this afternoon. High today, 84 to 88. Then mainly clear and humid this evening. Low tonight, 73 to 77. Humid day on Tuesday with clouds and sunshine. High tomorrow, 87 to 89. Then warm and humid Wednesday with a mix of clouds and sunshine and a high of 87 to 91. Look for an afternoon shower in places on Thursday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
There's a staycation right here in town. It's Super 8 Motel Ocala, right down the road on 40 just west of I-75. And they're pet friendly. Have truck parking, free breakfast,
yum, yum.
A swimming pool, a kiddie pool, and veterans get 10% off. It's a staycation at Super 8 Ocala. Call today, Super 8 Ocala at 352-629-8794. Again, 352-629-8794.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you live with a heavy heart this morning from the studios of WOCA Radio, The Source, just outside the Paddock Mall in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. If you don't know by now, I'll just give you a brief overview again. Ocala Police Chief Greg Graham died Sunday morning when the small plane he was piloting crashed into a field in southwest Marion County. The rescue received a call at 11:32 that a single-engine private plane crashed into an open field on southwest 140th Avenue, not far from Marion County Airport, county-owned facility in unincorporated Dunellen. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said no one else was injured and that Graham was the only person aboard the plane. The Sheriff's Office and the Federal Aviation Administration are investigating. Big loss for our community, 622-9622. If you have any thoughts about the Chief's passing, just a great guy, guy I called friend. And just last Tuesday, I was trading barbs with him and with Deputy Chief, who is now Interim Chief Mike Balkin, and Sheriff Billy Woods. We were all just doing what guys do, hanging out and having a brief conversation before City Hall, before City Council started. It was just one of those easygoing conversations, and little did I know it would be my last one that I had with the chief. It's just tough, folks, tough out there. This I saw in the news this morning. Marion County is facing a lawsuit after a 2019 vehicle crash that involved an ambulance and a school bus. An attorney at Dan Newland and Partners in Orlando said his client was on a school bus that was stopped at Southeast Magnolia Avenue and East Fort King Street. The bus was rear-ended by an ambulance. In another section of the lawsuit, it's alleged that the ambulance door flew open and hit the window where their client was sitting on the bus. The client was sitting in second to the last seat. The suit was filed in Circuit Court in Ocala. It seeks more than $30,000 in damages. County officials said they have not yet been served the lawsuit, therefore they can't comment. According to an Ocala Police Department report, the school bus was southbound in the inside lane of South Magnolia Avenue, approaching East Fort King. The ambulance also was traveling southbound in the outside lane of South Magnolia toward East Fort King with its emergency lights activated. The police report states the school bus stopped and the driver signaled that passengers were leaving. Noticing that the ambulance with its lights on coming from behind the bus, the driver turned off the signal that tells drivers that someone is leaving the bus. The bus driver then told the passengers to wait. The ambulance tried to pass the bus, but in the process struck the left rear side of the larger vehicle. The school bus stayed on the scene. The ambulance continued to the hospital with its patient and then returned to the crash site. So looks like a 2019 vehicle crash is up for debate between Dan Newland and Partners in Orlando and his client and Marion County for a school bus and ambulance collision in 2019. I tell you, folks, it's a tough day for me. It's just everywhere I look, I see something that says police chief, and it's just tough day for me. Bear with me, please. So what are you doing for Halloween? You know, in this COVID-19 epidemic, they had a pandemic. They had trick-or-treating here at the Paddock Mall on Saturday. There are trunk-or-treats going on. We're having one at Blessed Trinity. There are trunk-or-treats going on, but they're drive-through. The one at Blessed Trinity is a drive-through trunk-or-treat. You know, kids, a little leery of kids going door-to-door, knocking on door-to-door, going trick-or-treat. One of the rituals of being a child is you get to go out and you get to go trick-or-treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Isn't that what I said as a child? I think that's what I said. I never understood why I wanted to smell my feet, though. My feet are horrid. I don't know why I would ever say that, but that's what you said. Trick-or-treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. And you always racked up, boy, I tell you what, Halloween, I mean racked up. I racked up better on Halloween than I did Easter. And my dad's big holiday was Easter, so Easter baskets were a big deal in my family, but I knew what houses to hit in Halloween, boy. You knew how to rack up. You knew which ones were going to have the people that were like, yeah, and they would just give you a handful of whatever was in their bucket, or the people that would just give you one item at a time, or the people that would give you the dreaded orange or banana. One year, a lady was giving out boxes of raisins. Now, I happen to like raisins, but, you know, as a little kid, 8, 9, 10 years old, dressed up in your little goblin outfit or dressed up like R2-D2 or whoever your favorite character is right now, to get a box of raisins. But trick-or-treating's coming up, and what do you do do you just leave your light off and you don't have candy? That way that you don't risk the COVID-19 pandemic, somebody giving it to you that may not know they have it? Or do you set up shop and just say, hey, something's going to get us. We might as well just go ahead and still do our same thing. We can't live in a cave with all the lights off forever. And do you set up to give trick-or-treat? And by the way, if you set up to give trick-or-treat out to kids, how many parents are going to take their kids out to go trick-or-treating? 622-9622 with your thoughts on trick-or-treating this year. I tell you, one family in Pennsylvania, they've unveiled their secret weapon for trick-or-treating. they say to keep trick-or-treating safe amid the COVID-19 pandemic, they've created a candy pult. That's right. It's a tree-launching candy pult. Vince Mack of York County said his family has been brainstorming session to find a way to distribute candy on Halloween while maintaining safe social distancing and other measures. We thought we could try to come up with a creative way to throw candy at kids safely. Mack said, with everything going on, everyone just needs to feel happy and find something to laugh at. The family came up with the candy pult. It's a catapult designed to launch candy to trick-or-treaters. I guess we'll have to get extra candy this year, Mack said. So they've created this apparatus. You can go on UPI.com is where I got the story from. You can go online and look at it. It just takes it releases the candy where it releases it high up in the air, and it kind of, in a big rainbow type arc comes down to kids. So it's not throwing a 98-mile-an-hour fastball right under their chin or anything with a Mary Jane or a Tootsie Roll. But it's kind of lofting it out there, and kind of like when you're watching these parades, like the Christmas parade, how they loft the stuff off the floats at the Christmas parade, and then the kids hit the ground, and the kids grab it and everything. It's going to be the same concept with this candy pult. But that's one family's way of keeping their family safe during this pandemic is they've created a candy pult. Keep it to the family, the adults in the family, because you get that around a teenager or a college kid, that may end up catapulting potatoes and stuff like that. I know this because that's what I would have done if I'd have been a teenager or in college. I'd have figured out a way to get that candy pult back on campus and been lobbing eggs at people I didn't like and stuff. So, yeah, make sure the adults keep this thing. Don't let it in the hands of juvenile delinquents like myself that would just wreak havoc with a small catapult like that. Yeah, that would not be a good idea around me and my friends when I was 17, 18, 19 years old. But a real good way for this family, they say, to get their trick-or-treating still going. And that's a concern. The trick-or-treating is Saturday, October 31st. This Saturday is Halloween. And, it's going to be unlike the CDC's telling you, don't go. The trick-or-treating needs to be canceled. My girlfriend and I, it started out as a joke, and now it's like legitimate. It's Halloween canceled. We started with St. Patrick's Day, canceled. 4th of July, canceled. Labor Day, Memorial Day, canceled. Now they want Halloween canceled. We gotta start living again, folks. We got to start going out and living again, doing it safely, wearing the appropriate PPEs and washing your hands. Washing your hands is a big deal. And, just keep your hands clean. Don't put them in your mouth. Don't put them in your eyes. I know it's difficult, but that's what you got to do. And go out and enjoy Halloween, but be safe about it. I got my Halloween costume the other day right here at this place right here at the mall. It's a chance to go out and have fun again. So I hope you do that for Halloween. I hope you allow your children to do that for Halloween. And I hope nobody gives them oranges or bananas or boxes of raisins. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I'll have a record. I don't know if it's a world record, but it's a record fish that was caught over the weekend by a Florida man. I'll tell you about that next. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. In addition to our pasture mowing and tractor services, including zero-turn mowers for your fence line finish, we also offer rototilling and fence row spraying. We are family-owned and operated, licensed and insured, and farm-ready. Powell Gene, Gene, at yahoo.com, 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
There's a staycation right here in town. It's Super 8 Motel Ocala, right down the road on 40 just west of I-75. And they're pet friendly. Have truck parking. Free breakfast.
Yum, yum.
A swimming pool. A kiddie pool. And veterans get 10% off. It's a staycation at Super 8 Ocala. Call today, Super 8 Ocala at 352-629-8794. Again, 352-629-8794.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first Wednesday of each month at 9:30 to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Pals Ocala Auto Repair fixes all makes and models. Pals makes sure that your vehicle's engine, mechanical, and electrical components are healthy at all times. Pals team would much rather see you drive to their shop for a full checkup than be towed in for a complex repair. Give Pals a call today to schedule your next service appointment. 352-414-2984. What? A nationwide warranty, 36 months or 36,000 miles, whichever comes first? Pals looks forward to servicing you and servicing your vehicle. 352-414-2984.
Just Shipped is expanding to its first retail location at the new Boulevard Market located on the corner of Bonnie Heath and 36th Avenue. Just Shipped will still offer the same all-inclusive services of packing and shipping your items. Don't want to get out of your car? You don't have to, because Just Shipped is offering curbside service. That's right, curbside service starting Saturday, November 7th. Go to justship.net for more information. Take the guesswork out of shipping with Just Shipped.
Ocala's Appleton Museum of Art has reopened to all visitors. See the world-class permanent collection and special exhibits, including photographs by Bruce Mozart and mixed media by Christina Deanne. Hours are Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. The museum is closed Mondays through Wednesdays. Masks are required, and visitor occupancy is being monitored. For more information, visit appletonmuseum.org.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Got about 10 minutes before we go to break. When we come back from break, we'll talk to, let me give you the guy's name. It's a good interview that they set up. It's Nicholas Friedman. He's a career journalist who is going to talk anime. Joe Martone's in studio with us. Joe, you have any idea what anime is?
No. If you warn me, hello? Hello?
Yeah, well,
I'm over here.
I don't know why you don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's turned up.
There you go. Now I can hear.
I don't know why.
You got to give me a little more juice, Tom. A little more juice.
Probably.
That's all right. Yeah. It's morning. Nope, you lost me again. What are you
there
doing?
You are. You're back.
Am I back? Let's see. Yeah, I'm back. Okay.
You're back.
No, if you warned me ahead of time, I would have Googled it.
Anime is Japanese cartoons. Like Speed Racer was anime.
Oh yeah. A lot of it went overseas.
Right.
A lot of
came from overseas.
I mean, a lot of animation.
Right. So we're going to talk to him. He's the editor of Funimation, and we're going to talk to him about anime and how it affects the world today. You know, Joe, we've been talking all morning that it's with a heavy heart. We come into the studio this morning.
Oh, yeah.
A friend of the program, a friend of mine, and a pillar of this community tragically taken from us yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. I was talking to him off the air after he finished his adventure with you about a week and a half ago.
Why's it got to be an adventure with me?
Well, hey, we're talking about Tom Schmitz here.
That's a good point.
That's true, yeah. So, he was talking about the airplanes, and he had just passed the test. And don't ask me anything about the test. I have no idea. But he was always an adventurous. You know, he jumped out of planes with parachutes and what have you, and talked about all things that he was a very outdoor person, very athletic and very outgoing.
Just a great guy.
Yeah, all the way around. Yeah.
You a fisherman?
I haven't fished in years.
But at one time, fishing, you were probably an avid fisherman at one time.
I was pretty good. I didn't catch nothing, but I went out there, threw the rod. Through the line.
Well, a Florida man was in Georgia recently, fishing.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Tim Trone of Havana, Florida. He was visiting friends in Georgia when he decided to join a fishing tournament on the Chattahoochee River.
Okay.
They were having a tournament. He decided to get involved.
He didn't. Let me guess. He didn't register.
No, he did. He registered.
Oh, okay.
He hooked into a fish, and he was fighting. He said the tail come out of the water. And I go, man, I got me a 50-pound fish. I got a 50-pounder. I've been wanting to break 50 pounds. It's surreal. I finally got my 50-pound fish.
Oh, no. What was it?
He said he knew that he didn't have his 50-pound fish when he tried to weigh the fish after bringing it in on a 100-pound scale.
Oh.
He set a new record in the state of Georgia when he reeled in a blue catfish that tipped the scales at 100 pounds, 6 ounces.
Oh, my goodness.
100 pounds, 6 ounces. He said we pulled it up and the bottom scaled out, and I knew right then, I think I've got the Georgia record. His fish was measured at 58 inches long, so that's almost 5 foot long.
Wow.
Another 2 inches would be 5 foot long.
How the heck did he get it in the boat?
It had 42 inches in girth.
How did he get it in the boat?
It's almost 4 foot around.
Yeah.
A little over 3.5 foot around.
How did he get it in a boat? If someone was with him, logically, but still.
Oh, I said it wrong. Not 100 pounds, excuse me. It was officially weighed in at 110 pounds, 6 ounces. That was enough to clinch the record.
No kidding.
A catfish 58 inches long and 42 inches around.
How do you get that in the boat?
On a 6-pound test.
Well, very, very gently.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't 6-pound test. It was better fishing line than 6 pounds.
Well, it's probably a 50-pound test, but still.
You land a 110-pound catfish. I'm scared of a 110-pound catfish.
How could you? How do you get that? That reminds me the fisherman in the sea.
Yeah. Now I understand how Jesus fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves. The 2 fish were these catfish this size.
Very funny.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hi, caller. Who's this?
Yeah. You got my thought exactly. Yeah, that would make a bunch of fried catfish for sure.
110-pound catfish, Jim, would make a lot of catfish.
Yeah.
If you gave everybody 8 ounces of catfish, it would serve 220 people.
Yes, it certainly would.
Thanks for the call, Jim.
Yeah, it's a tough loss losing the Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good day, such as it is.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. You were talking about earlier about Halloween with the catapult and everything.
Candy pult.
Excuse up out of me. Candy pult. Well, there's another couple that did it to serve the children and the parents that come trick or treating. They go to the end of the driveway. They never come on their property, and they put a pole in.
Right.
They put a clothesline with a little basket hanging. And for the parents, they had two spots for 2 cans of soda, and in the middle, candy for the children.
So they zip line the candy.
Basically, they zip line it back, and when they were done, they just pull the.
Back.
I would have had a cordless drill on that sucker though.
Back in the day when I were working in restaurants when I was a mere teenager, I worked for I worked for a place that the servers wore very short orange shorts and tank tops.
Really?
I'll just let you you figure out where that is.
Woolworths.
Yeah, Montgomery Wards.
I don't think so.
Or as we called it in the South, Monkey Wards.
Don't knock Montgomery Wards. I bought a piece of furniture there, and it lasted me almost 15 years.
Oh yeah, I loved Montgomery Wards.
It was the one I went to was in Asheville. It was 2 floors.
I got a catalog in the mail the other day
from
Montgomery Wards.
They're still in business?
They're online only now.
Well, so is Sears, right?
But it's Montgomery Wards. So
I think Sears is online only. I don't know.
But I was working as a teenager back in the day at this restaurant where the girls that are your servers wear the tight orange shorts and the tank tops. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, an owl is its mascot.
And you worked there when you were young?
I was a cook, yeah.
Oh, good.
When I was 18, 19.
Well, they put you in the right spot in the back.
This was before you had the point-of-sale systems that you would do, and it would print a ticket in the kitchen.
Oh, right. They had to come in.
And they had 6 zip lines from 6 different places in the restaurant, and they would take it, they'd zip it back to you in the kitchen. You catch it. That's how you made the girls would write the ticket. They'd zip it to you in the kitchen. Yeah. And I was like, people go, oh, you ever done a zip line? I go, have I? For almost a year, I had a zip line zipping at me every day.
They weren't talking that kind of zip line, Tom.
No, but it was the same. It's a zip line's a zip line.
No. The zip line you would go on will have to hold about 300 pounds.
No, it had to better have a little better rating than that.
Oh, okay. Let's try to be nice to you to this.
Better have a little. No, I'm not 300. I'm a little under 300.
Well,
but I would want something to be a little over 300 just in case.
It's rated for 300. It'll probably hold 350.
In case I had a little too many slices of bacon or sausage that morning.
Oh yeah, definitely. There are some rides out there that are different now. It's a single or just a double roller coaster, but it's on a track.
Yes.
And it goes along the mountains up in Tennessee, in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I haven't been on it yet, but I'm going to do it.
It's a single-person runaway mine.
One or two.
Right. Yeah.
And the only thing you got is a little handbrake on the side.
That's it.
To slow it down, you just start, and they have a picture somewhere, YouTube or whatever, and they're coming down, and a bunch of bears were jumping over the track as people were coming down.
That's no good.
No.
Boy, no.
No. So you didn't think about that, did you, fella, when you put it on the side of a mountain?
And you and I living in North Carolina, we got about 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You and I living in North Carolina. You know, they talk about bear sightings here in Florida, and you got your bear cans and, out in the forest and everything. But that's just one small area of Florida around the Ocala National Forest and the Ocala National Forest. That's an everyday occurrence. You can see a bear in Charlotte, in North Carolina.
My son lives outside of Asheville.
Right.
And
the Pisgah National Forest is right there.
Right there, yeah. He lives on the other side, and he sees a bear. He's got the motion cameras.
Oh, yeah.
He's got pictures of bear and fox around his. He's got a small little piece of property there. They are.
There they are.
But he lives on the side of a mountain. Ta-da!
Anytime I would hear the dog bark in the middle of the night, I go, well, there's probably some sort of wildlife in the yard.
Yeah.
That's just what you did in the North Carolina mountains. You just understand you're living up there with them. They're not living with you.
That's right.
You invaded their area.
You're sharing their space.
Yeah. They're not sharing your space. You invaded their area.
Yeah. And they'll let you know it too.
They will let you know it. Coming up next, we have an interview with
Stay on Mike.
Nicholas Friedman.
What time?
He's going to talk at 9:35.
Cool.
Going to talk about anime and how it affects things these days. We'll do that next. You're listening to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Today,
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Millions of Americans are hurting as COVID-19 lockdowns keep people from working and the expenses of life keep mounting. Is political motivation keeping the suffering front and center this election? USA Radio News' Tim Berg has more.
Time is running out for a new coronavirus relief bill to pass before Election Day. One of the main sticking points is how much money should be going to cities and local governments. And according to Republican Senator John Thune, it's Democrats that are wanting to wait until after the election to help the American people out.
Money for the post office, money for farmers. I mean, we've moved a bill on the floor now twice in the Senate, but the Democrats have blocked it. So in the end, when the smoke clears after the election, hopefully we can sit down and people can in good faith start to compromise. But right now, my impression is that the House Democrats and Speaker Pelosi would much rather have the issue